Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Dolly's and welcome back to Regrowth. In the last episode, we were at our base over there working on some Thaumcraft stuff, and today we're going to kind of try to finish up the Thaumcraft quests if we can. I believe I am close enough to being done with those. Where is it? Feels. So we just need to meet the Redirection Focus, and I've done some prep work with that. So today, before I get started, I want to talk about the villages, the millionaire villages. So these guys are a little bit of a pain. I am currently, I think this is the Normand. I think this is the Normand building. Where is the head guy? Are you the head guy? No, it's the guy in orange. Who is... Oh, I saw him not. There he is. So I think this is the Normans. Baron, I believe so. Byzantine. Sorry, close enough. The Normans are over there. So yeah, the thing about millionaire villages is the way they are loaded into the world. They don't actually do anything if the chunks aren't loaded, obviously. And you have to be so close for the chunks to be loaded. Well, it turns out that if I want stuff, so for example, the Byzantines, these guys have a couple of things we need. We need Vin and Byzantine tiles. And in order to get this stuff, they have to build certain things. If we look, let's get somebody to trade with. Right over there. Something that I've been having to do is not only just stand over here so that they actually work and do the things they need to do, but also the problem is there's a little bit of desynchronization. The Hindi village is probably the worst for that one. So I have to like relog every time I want anything. But if we click this question mark, it tells us what they sell. And the things we need is tiles from stone and clay. I forgot to bring stone. And then it talks about all the other stuff if you have what they need for it and all that kind of stuff. And basically how to get all their items and weapons and stuff. So, for example, the wine from grapes and taverns. So we need to find a tavern. They need to build a tavern. Well, luckily there is a tavern. You can look at the town map by just clicking this, and it tells you what all of them are. They built a workshop. That was one of the things they built while I was standing over here. And architect studio. That might be the tiles, but there is a vineyard and a tavern. So here is the vineyard. We do need grapes in order to complete this quest. This is the tavern, and somebody will come over here, and it's usually somebody different every time. And I've been kind of trying to get all of the towns not to hate each other. That is a little bit important. But this guy is coming over here. He likes to get stuck on the door, but we can just kind of pop out. And he doesn't have any wine. But what we can do is come back in a little bit. But basically, I just want to talk about how all of this stuff is, how everything works and whatnot with Millionaire. So I'm going to have to kind of hang around each of the villages for a while and just kind of trade with them and whatnot, and try to get stuff. This is another shop that somebody will come sell me stuff. I don't know exactly where to get the tiles. This is for the clothes, and I wonder if the map will tell me. See the inn, yeah, shop clothes, shop fish, shop wine, central store. So we're gonna need to have them build more stuff. I don't know what we're gonna need. No construction's in progress. I don't know what we'll need in order for them to make the tiles for us. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So let's take a look at this. Oh hey, okay, the central store will sell them to us. We just need to give them stone, and since I don't have any stone at this point, we'll have to come back for that. Not a big deal. So let's run back to our base, and what I will end up doing, you know, actually, can we get some like bone meal from anything? I forgot to grab other stuff. Let's try to get the wine and the tiles. I don't know how quickly they'll produce the stuff if we give them the resources, but we can at least try. So the Hindi village, they are getting close, I believe. They just need a lot of mud bricks. What are they? Yeah, they need a lot more mud bricks for the next thing. In order for us to get turmeric, we need to get them to make. It is the masala house thing. This guy, the spice garden. So I'll have to get a bunch of the stone bricks, which is a bit of a pain because they take some time. But as you can see, they're making stuff here, and we just need to expand all the villages except for the Japanese. The Japanese village is more or less done. We can expand with it and trade with them and all that kind of fun stuff, but there's not much need to expand their village outside of what they're going to do naturally. We don't need to accelerate their stuff to finish up the quests, so I'm not going to worry about it. So today we are going to try to finish up the Thaumcraft stuff. Do we want to? I don't know, because the village will be unloaded. I haven't had too much problem with that village giving me like issues, so let's go ahead and grab a bunch of stone. Oh, I'm hungry. I didn't realize I was hungry. I wasn't paying enough attention. So stone. Do we have? We have a little over a stack. Let's go ahead and make 200 more. That'll just take time more than anything. And then we're gonna need clay. Let's craft 200 more of that. And we'll trade a bunch of clay to these guys. The Byzantines use clay and stone to make the tiles, so that's why we want that. And then we're going to want a bunch of bone meal so we can grow some grapes. Alright, let's head back and take care of that. So, shortcut is right over here. I can just fly across this, and that will get me closer to the Normand. Which is, well, the Hindi is right there. The Normans are back this way. The Mayans are way back there, and then the Byzantines are over there, with the Japanese over there. So just kind of like keeping in mind where everything is and all that kind of fun stuff. But hopefully today we can finish up the Thaumcraft quest, and the only thing left to do in Thaumcraft will be to kind of finish up. I want to do a little bit of work with nodes. A little bit of node magic, and mostly we're going to be focusing on getting the Primordial Armor, which is another reason to trade with these guys, because they sell us the powerless pearls, or whatever they're called, the pearls that don't have the power anymore, and that's going to allow us to get more stuff. So you will probably see some glitchiness. Off to chat. I don't know where that person is, but let's just go ahead and get the grapes. And can I right click it? Nope, gotta break it. So there is the wine grapes. Now I don't know how to plant these, but except for doing that. So we'll just bone meal a bunch of this stuff and harvest it. And honestly, they'll come back around and replant, but I can do it as well. Be nice to them. I don't want to ruin their vineyard. So that should be good enough. So let's get out of here and Let's go down here. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of a... Oh, hey, they're expanding their house. There's a little bit of, like, messiness with them trying to sell to me. I don't know where the people are, so what we're going to do is just quickly save and quit and then go right back into it. And that should fix it. That's the problem I've been having. So if you have similar problems, just stay in the village and then reload. And then everybody should, yeah, they should come to you pretty quickly. So I'm going to sell you all of my stone and all of my clay. And hopefully you'll make the Byzantine stuff soon. And then what I'll probably end up doing is... What is that? Technites Architect Studio. That is probably... where is that? That is right up here. That is that this guy that they were working on? But anyways, we can come down here, and this guy still has, or I guess this girl still has issue with the door. Can you please take him this fish? Sure. So we'll give them a bunch of grapes, and hopefully here soon they will have the stuff. So the architect, whose name is Izamine, or is that your name? You can hire this village. I don't want to. There we go. We got a lot more reputation with the village, and then we can praise all of the different places. We can get 5 points a day, and then every day we get more, basically. So I think for the time being, let's see one last thing. And my witch friend likes to follow me. So we don't have the Byzantine tiles yet. I don't know if there's a certain building that needs to be upgraded to get those, but what I will do is I will just come back here and I will work on getting all of these areas kind of increased in like size and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to get all the villages up and running. So I'm going to get to the point where I can actually buy any of the stuff that we need. So the only thing left for... Why can't I open... There we go. I wasn't actually holding it. The only thing left for the crops is turmeric. That's the only thing we need to make, or get access to, rather. And so that's going to take some time with the Hindi village because of the mud bricks. Those are a pain for us to get access to, just because they take time. So I will work on that between episodes. I have a little bit of a farm already set up. I just need to get, honestly, more sand and dirt, and just set up a large system for that. So enough of Millionaire. Let's get on and try to finish up the Thaumcraft quest, which, as far as I can tell, there's only one thing left to make, and that is the Redirection Focus. This should be pretty straightforward. It is very similar to the other focus that we made. Was it last episode or a couple episodes ago? I don't remember. It's not that difficult, so it's just going to be a matter of doing a little bit of infusion and moving on. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Something else that I've been working on, I've been talking to the mirror every once in a while, just trying to see if we can actually get access to the fairest of all again. Haven't got Snow White again, so that's a bummer, but it is what it is. So the Redirection Focus, this guy, requires 2 Eldritch Eyes, 2 Void Metal Ingots, Entropy Crystals, and a Compound Recharge Focus. I have all that stuff in here with a little bit extra. I actually had an Eldritch Eye in the in the system, and I had another one drop from an Eldritch Guardian, so nice and easy. And we can set that up. So let's go ahead and set the infusion up. So the Redirect Focus, Eldritch Eye, and Void Metal, and then the Entropy Crystals. So with that all taken care of, we need 38. We need basically at least 40 of Void and Permutatio. So I need more Permutatio. Void we need a little bit more of as well. Was I cooking anything up? I don't remember. Okay, so Void, Permutatio. Don't have either of those, so let's go ahead and get some bowls. We'll get a stack of bowls cooking up, and then Permutatio. The best way to get that is through what? Quicksilver or copper or shimmer leaf, but I think, let's see, how much Quicksilver? We don't have much. We have a lot of Cinnabar, so we can get some more Quicksilver. Let's go ahead and get 30, and that'll take a minute. So what else do we need? We need Machina, Darkness, and Alienus. So Alienus, that is empty, but we should have plenty. And we only need, what, 22, so that's fine. Darkness, we have 30. I think we only need like 28, so that's not bad. And then Machina, we need 38, or rather 30. We need more Machina. What's the best way to get Machina? Levers? Levers are really good. So, or Redstone. Redstone I think is going to be easier. It's going to have other stuff with it, but Redstone is going to be easier just because it is directly craftable. So let's just get a stack of that. And there's a bunch of Void. Went a little Irish there. So Void is taken care of. We can put the excess in here. Oh, I had some already. Whoops. And we'll get the Machina. Have we got the Quicksilver yet? No, it is still crafting the stone, which is what's causing a little bit of a backup. Not a big deal. But we will get everything. Do we have Potentia? I need to refill a lot of this stuff. Just kind of go through and refill whatever we can. So there's all of that Void. And while we're waiting for that to take care, like do its thing, let's come down here and we'll check the mirror again. And the other thing I want to do real quick is work with bees. Since it is night, they won't sting me, which is nice. We are getting a good bit of bee, like the bee products. A good bit of silky combs, which is going to give us the silky wisps that we need to finish up the armor, the what is it called, the apiary suit, and we are to 5 out of 27, so it's gonna take a while, but we're getting there. I was cooking up some more iron because I was a little bit low. Let's just do that. We'll put it all away. Just kind of supplies. Between episodes, I did take care of the farm a little bit, but not very much. Something I realized is when we leave this area, this unloads, and that really messes with the robots. The robots typically die, and that's not that big of a problem. You just pick them back up and charge them up, but it can be a bit annoying. So I really haven't done much with the farm for a bit, and we'll kind of have to deal with that stuff later. So there is all of the Machina we could ever want. There we go. So the only thing left is the Quicksilver to get, what was it, Permutatio? It's still crafting stone. We don't need too much of the Permutatio, so let's get a little bit of the Quicksilver. We'll get 8 and get that cooking. And what can we do in the meantime? I think what we can do is, do we have Node Transducers? We have one. Oh, blurred vision. I hate that. Alright, so we're going to mess around with nodes a little bit. This won't take very long because it's not that difficult to do. But basically we have a bunch of nodes down below. And there's one of them this one I don't necessarily want. But all of these guys are decently good. A lot of water, which is okay. But what we'll do is we'll actually, I don't think this will cause an issue. Hopefully it doesn't. No. We don't need this one because it's water and magic. Magic is not useful. So we'll get a bunch of ethereal essence out of that. Compound aspects aren't the easiest to deal with, so that's why I broke that. Do we have any more nodes? Oh yeah, we do. So the node transducers, how do we make these again? Okay, we need node stabilizers, so let's put that away. And we'll go ahead and place another node down. And hopefully it'll be decent. Otherwise we'll break it. It is pure water. Not what I want. I don't know if I can directly break that while it's sitting there or not. But now that's a good node. Okay, so this is a really good node. We're going to use this node. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to put a node transducer on top of it. Now this is a little dangerous. Basically, we're going to put a redstone signal in this, and it's going to drain all of the V out of this node and energize it. This is something that you can do. It talks about it in, where is it? The Artifice? No. Thaumaturgy. So harnessing V. So basically what this does is, okay, you have the stabilizer. This prevents the nodes from disrupting each other. The nodes up here will take V from each other. And that's why we have like a weird, we have a couple different weird nodes up there. These are all stabilized. They're fine. The only problem is if you try to draw power from them, you can, but it's half as slow. It's 50% speed. Now, if we put the transducer on top of it and give it a redstone signal, it will begin to energize this node. It'll drain all the V out of it and energize it, and then we can use the node as a power source. And that is something we want to do. Now, you do not want to break the redstone signal, ever. You can, there are ways to do it that are safely. I don't actually know it, but that is a big warning. Caution should be taken to keep both the stabilizer and transducer active from now on. Bad things happen if the node is energized and you remove the stabilization. So we use a redstone block. And what that's going to allow us to do is we're going to be able to harness the V in this to charge our wand up top. And if we make a wand recharge pedestal, we can also charge that. So let's go ahead and do this. So get some cool animation. It drains all of the V out of it, and then it starts turning it into an energized node. It doesn't take too long. It's a pretty quick thing. But now we can start harnessing the V. And that's what we're going to do. So do we have the Quicksilver yet? So we'll let that kind of do its thing. Quicksilver. And there we go. That should be enough. We need to grab all of this stuff. put it away. We can put the nodes away and all of that. So do we have any relays? We do. Good. And then the other thing that I want to see, do we have a wand? We do not have the recharge pedestal. So we'll have to make that. But that's not too big of a challenge. So once this is done, 14, 15, and 16. There we go. Alright, so the way the relays work is you just kind of place them in the world and they will take stuff from energized nodes. So like this guy who is now energized. And he'll slowly regain his aspects, but it's not that big of a deal. So what we'll want to do is, you know, let's put this right here. And then we'll put one right here. Okay, we'll just put it in the corner and it will reach. So we don't need the one for this guy. So the V relays, they transfer the V. And we wanted to get it here. So what we'll do is we'll put, you know what? It's got a lot of fire. And do any of the ones down below have fire? Or should we move that node? That's got fire. Okay, so we have everything but earth and fire in this one. And there's earth and there's fire. So, you know what? That's a blinking node, it looks like. We're just going to break that node. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to break these nodes as well. Get rid of them, finally. Let's actually drain them. This is not a bad node, but we have one that's a little bit better. And since our V usage is not going to be that major, who cares? So basically the way this is going to work is we put these relays around, and let's see, can we put this one here? No, it has to be line of sight. So what we can do is go down and get that. We'll grab a block and we'll put it on the side just to raise that up a little bit. And we'll be able to get a good bit of, we can get the V into this guy, and then this guy is really low on ordo. So let's put a node thing right there that should connect. We just need to have something on the side, so let's get a block, and we should be good to go. And these relays can only go 8 blocks, but as you can see, we are now getting ordo, and it is automatically, and Predictio, and it is automatically recharging the one in this guy. So now we can do arcane crafting and not really have to worry about it. That's the whole point. That's the cool thing about this, and that's why everything's good. And then what we can do is we can put, say, like over here. Plus you get these lasers. We can put over here the one recharge pedestal, and this guy is a pretty easy infusion, which we might do real quick after. And then after we get done finishing the other quest up, and then that's pretty much all you have to do. You make the wand recharge pedestal, you set it up, and then anytime you put a wand in there, it will automatically recharge from the nodes you have energized. So once we get transducers on all of these nodes and any others that we want, which I'll just use the creative nodes probably, we could use blood magic, the transposers, to move nodes around, but I don't think that's going to be necessary in this mod pack. So alright, can we put Vinium in here? We can. Cool. So let's make sure we have everything we need, and I will clear that out in a little bit. So in order to make the It's the Redirect Focus, isn't it? Yes. The Redirection Focus, we need 38 Void and Permutatio. We have full and nearly full of those two. 30 Machina, 28 Darkness, 22 Alieness. Darkness is good enough. Machina is full enough, and Alieness is good. So that should be everything we need to do. Let's go ahead and get blocks on the bar, and let's get this going. Now the main thing I want to watch is the eyes. Those are probably the hardest things to deal with, but everything else shouldn't be too hard to replace if we need to. Especially the shards, the crystal clusters. Those are just entropy shards. It's just 6 of those, and we can make those very quickly. It's easy. I don't really expect too much difficulty with this. We should have a decently easy time of this. And yeah, so here in a second, let's see, that is Machina. The last thing it should take is Darkness. And we should have this quest completed. I don't know if there's more to it or not, but we'll find out in a second. So there is Permutatio still. Alright, and that one takes a little bit because that was one of the bigger Essentia requirements, but should start taking items any second now. Alright, there goes the first eye. Entropy cluster. Void metal. Alright, so I'm going to have enough. Doesn't really matter now. We just got to keep an eye. There goes the other eye. We got to keep an eye on the eyes. We got to make sure that everything goes in, and just make sure what we know what goes in to the infusion. But that should be everything. Now we have the Redirection Focus. We can scan that, and that should be the quest. Location: Outerlands 2. Oh no, we have to go through it. All right, now we've got to do some research. So in order to, great, this is gonna be fun. Gateway to the Voidwalkers. So not surprisingly, randomization focus needs to be placed on top. Okay, in order to build a gate frame, redirection focus, node manipulator, and 4 ancient pedestals round redirected. Okay, so 150 each to be assembled. That's going to be fun. We're going to need some ancient stone pedestals, the pedestal blocks, and that requires, I believe, the eyes. So I'm going to have to look into this and kind of see what all we need to do. Resembles any other Eldritch portal. It is less stable. You'll see that the gate will not survive more than one entity passing through, so return via the same portal will be impossible. That's interesting. So yeah, 4 Eldritch eyes must be placed on the pedestals somewhere around the gate, and a staff one with at least 120 V must be placed in the manipulator. Alrighty then, so this is gonna be fun. Alright, we will get to that later. So for the time being, let's go ahead and let's make the wand recharge pedestal. So we're gonna need an arcane pedestal. Arcane pedestal is pretty easy. It's just one of these. No, it's in this guy over here, which our wand is charged. Once we get fire and the other thing, fire and earth set up, it'll be good. Now we can also, by the way, we can increase the speed of this by giving it more more like more nodes. So the only thing that is a little bit of a concern with all of this is the relays themselves only accept they can accept one input, and then that can branch off into multiple outputs, I believe. Or is it the other way around? I don't have my Thaumanomicon on me. Why did I put it away? So yeah, we're gonna need that, and we're gonna need that. I'm gonna get this stuff together and figure out how to do this. Where is so the relays use a branching system, so each relay can only have one source, either another relay or an energized node, but have multiple child relays off of that branching path. So we're gonna have to kind of set up more relays than what we have currently. This is, by the way, where I've been putting all of the dried bricks. I don't think you have to do a checkerboard pattern. That's why I was kind of testing here. It looks like they will still dry, like this one's still dried, so that should be easy enough. I'll just get a bunch of sand and all that kind of stuff and make a bunch of bricks and finish up the millionaire quest as much as I can. So, all right, let's get on with this. We have 2 diamonds, gold, and then a primal charm. 2 diamonds, and then the primal charm. And how much of all of it does it take? 15 permutatio and magic, and 10 arum. So arum is the only one I'm really concerned with, and we have plenty, and plenty of all the others. So let's just go ahead and get this taken care of. Pedestal in the middle, diamond, diamond. Let's see, diamond, gold, and the charm. Smack that, and this should be a pretty easy infusion. Shouldn't take too long, and we'll be good to go. So this will allow us to recharge our wand automatically with whatever nodes we have, and pretty much the rest of what we need to do is just make a couple more node transducers and make more node stabilizers and all that kind of fun stuff, and we'll be good to go. So that should make the pedestal. We'll scan it. We've already made one before. We just don't have one. We put that there. Does that need something? And then we put the wand there, and as you can see, it is recharging. It's getting earth, and then water, and wait, we have earth? How is it getting earth? I'm confused about that one. Anyways, oh, you don't even need to have, oh, you don't need to have this. It recharges from the stabilized nodes. I didn't realize that, doesn't it? Or no. No, it doesn't. Alright, so we'll put that there. And that'll work. So, it doesn't have ordo. That is so weird. Is it just not in range? It might be. If we put it like right here, is that going to get the rest? Oh, it probably can't see the ordo. Infusion claw? That's weird. And we already made the node manipulator. I haven't actually looked into this. I just know that it will do things. So traveling around the countryside, yeah. Nodes will not be fully drained unless it is poor quality. Wand. Okay, so it is just the nodes. So what we can do is node stabilizers, and maybe if we get a couple of good nodes, we can just not worry about it. So let's try. We have a bunch of nodes. Those are sinister nodes. I don't really want those. water and Pedestals. That is not a good node. And those are the same node. That one's slightly better. So I might still need to get another node. Oops. Fire is good, but it's not good enough. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but oh well. 100 permutation. Oh my gosh, these are random nodes, so not the best of things to use. I'm gonna keep a couple nodes. All right, that's good enough. So we have plenty of stuff, and then we'll put this here, and yeah, cool particle effects. It'll charge the node, and then what I'll do is I'll just try to get a couple more nodes. So we need air and fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, air and fire. That's all we need, and then we can charge that. So if I can get one more node that has those, that would be really nice. So that is, I think, going to be it for this episode. I know we didn't get as much done as I'd like, but the remainder of what we need to do is going to be scary. So we need to go to the Outer Lands 2. That is going to give us 2 Primordial Pearls, which is going to give us a lot more stuff for this, because we're going to need, let's see, 12, 3, 6, yeah, 12 Primordial Pearls for the Primordial Armor. And I want to do that, so we're going to need a lot of that stuff. And I probably wanted a couple extras. Now, we do have the other pearls, the powerless ones. These guys are really easy to infuse. It's just one of each of the shards and a bunch of aspects. So that's something we can do as well. So I think next episode, what we're going to do is we are going to... I don't know if I want to go to the Outer Lands 2. I don't know if that's something that I want to do quite yet. We just need to kind of work on getting more stuff with... get better equipped, basically. And the bound armor is really good, so we might try Torment next. I'm not entirely sure. We can't do Guy Guardian 2 because blood magic and the wither effect that does very briefly, even though we have something that will prevent wither, just really does not go together well. Torment is fire based, I believe, so we might be able to do some brews. We might get back into witchery just in general. So that is probably going to be what we do, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to continue working with the villagers and the bees and everything else I can do. Try to get Snow White again. And eventually we'll have to go in there and kill the reflection. That is another set of quests. There's so much left to do with witchery. Yeah, we need to kill the reflection. That shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think, but we'll need to get some good gear to do that, and we have to get Snow White before that. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. Next time, we're either going to do more Thaumcraft or we're going to do witchery. Yeah, that's probably one of the two things we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!